right, so placed before me, Mr. Blessed said, yes, is someone talking? All right, so placed before me, Mr. Blessed said I should talk to everyone about the effective digital marketing process. Digital marketing is very interesting. I must state that firstly. And that's because I'm within the profession of digital marketing. So yeah, it's exciting to even speak to you about, digital marketing and its process on how we can leverage on digital marketing. So this is me. My name is Oyebola Toyeshe. I'm the group lead for Platform Universal. Now, at Platform Universal, we do a variety of things. We have an academy. So basically, Platform Universal is a media, is a branding and communications, and also advertising agency, or if we should say company, where we help specifically, we love helping business owners, to restation themselves with their target audience through the media. And because the media has shifted from being just a traditional means to also the digital means, we as well, we love the idea of, going online. We love digital ideas. So we are doing that through the digital means. And so we've been able to build an academy where we train people on how to run ads, how to market their businesses. And that's when we launched UAMA. UAMA was launched late last year, and we started, working hand in hand with businesses this year. All right, and this was better through my experience. So I'm just giving you a brief about myself, what I do, my experience. I don't know if Mr. Blessed has mentioned this earlier, but we've worked with Facebook, and that was how, me training started as a profession for me. So, there are instances where you have an hidden talent, if I should say that, and you do not know that you have that talent. So I think, that project was able to bring out the speaking aspect of me. And of course, it has to do with businesses, because I just have passion to seeing businesses grow, to see, business owners, excel in whatever field that it is. So we thought it's wise to gather a league of professionals to work hand in hand so that we can train people on how to use, digital marketing ads to trap down. So now I'm very careful of my words, to trap down customers, not just to get customers, to trap down customers. And so we train on how to run ads across all social media platforms. So if we're talking about Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, Twitter ads. Recently, interestingly, we started covering on Pinterest ads. So I know I'm going to talk about all these things maybe later, but there are some social media platforms that, especially we that were in Nigeria, we do not even touch at all. And who knows? I say something most of the time, the wider you spread your net in, when you want to catch a fish. I don't know how many of us have gone to the river or have gone fishing before, but I've had that experience once. When you want to catch a fish, you don't just throw it in one line, right? If I'm wrong, let me know. You can unmute your mic and tell me I am wrong. But I think it's necessary that we start using those that mindset of spreading your net across the river so that you can, from anywhere, you can get as much fishes as possible. So I didn't experience using the hook thing, but it was quite a big thing. I think it was an excursion, just an interesting one. So yes, that is that. So we're doing across all social media platforms, and it's quite interesting to discover and discover and discover and discover. Guys, I must say this before I start, into the slides, that if you want to grow in this social media game as business owners, so I encourage both business owners, professionals, even if your mindset is that you want to get someone to be handling your accounts or to be running your marketing for you online, it's important that you know how, these things, how, so nobody can cheat you. Aside from being, not cheated, Also, you can be able to lead whoever. You can work hand in hand. And that's to say that you have to be updated when it has to come to digital marketing. You have to be updated. You have to know what is in vogue. It will shock you that new things are changing every day. Every day. I wrote on one of my recent posts that, I ran a Facebook ad for, so there was a gap, right, in running my Facebook, and that was because I was busy for 2 months, and only for me to return back to ads manager, and I was surprised to see changes, right? Some features had already changed place, and it was just quite different. What am I saying? If you abandon, research, if you abandon your search on how it works, what's the new thing, what's the updates, even as little as WhatsApp, what's the update on WhatsApp, what's the update on Instagram, for your business purpose, you might just be, outdated, and definitely we do not want to be outdated. So yes, that's me, that's what I do. And let's go right into it. So we're going to talk about, just a general overview, introduction for digital marketing. Also, we're going to, look at a purpose map. I call it a purpose map, and that's because generally it covers everything we can talk about on digital marketing. And then we're just going to be taking 5 most effective and profitable digital marketing approaches for our businesses. And then we're just going to conclude, and I'm going to take your questions. I'll try as much as possible to answer your questions. All right, let me not forget to mention part of the introduction. I'm so sorry. I'm used to, always keeping this. But yeah, it's a good thing. At the moment, I am studying, advertising and marketing at the University of Hull here in the United Kingdom. And it has been eye-opening, I've been able to relate with international businesses as well. That is the goal, definitely. So I might be bringing some of my perspective from the international market. And that was one reason why I started researching on Pinterest. Yeah, I was going to mention that some new things that I've seen, I've learned here based on all our cases, all our case scenarios, our research here. So I'm going to be bringing that into what we're talking about today. And yes, everybody is lucky here. And that's because for a while, Mr. Blessed, no, for a while, I've not gotten my hands fully on training. I just took a training break, but, he had to bring me down here. And I'm super excited that, yes, I am going to start back my training processes again with you guys. All right, so please, I feel like I'm talking to myself. If we are good to go, please just give me in the chat session, go, G-O, go, just give me go. If we're excited and we're good to go, just type in go for me in the chat session. I love classes that are very, that we converse a lot. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So we have 2 people. Where are the remaining? Awesome. 3 goes. And let's get the last one. Thank you so much. All right, so let's move ahead. Now I'm going to be starting with this interesting graph. I shared this some time ago on social media, and funny enough, it was actually published January 2022. I'm sure many of us have not seen it yet. You can identify different countries and their daily time spent using social media. Please, who can identify Nigeria? Where is Nigeria? Are we the first or the last? Where is Nigeria? If you've indicated Nigeria, if you have seen Nigeria, you can unmute your mic and just say something. Where is Nigeria? Please, let's look at it carefully. Where is Nigeria? What position have we taken? Anybody? You can also use the mic. You can use the chat as well. Are we seeing my slide? Please, are we together?
I think maybe you are covering Nigeria. I can't see Nigeria, but maybe behind you.
You are not seeing Nigeria. Please look at it very well. Should I move my head? Let me dodge. Have you seen it? I've moved though. Can we see Nigeria? Nigeria is not hard to find now. Please, let's solve this before we move forward. Who has spotted Nigeria? Abba. Please, are we together? Who has spotted Nigeria? Oh, we have a message. Awesome. Everybody has spotted Nigeria. Can we all see Nigeria? Nigeria is number 1. Are we together? Nigeria is number 1.
Oh. Okay.
I was surprised I didn't see Nigeria.
All right. Well, I didn't scroll.
Oh, it's funny. And I said, as the winners, in my post, I said, as the winners of this race, kindly advise your other contenders. And it's so exciting to get all these data, guys. For our businesses, data like this, they are important. One thing I've learned, in this journey is that most of us, we don't get it right because we do not research. You see, Google, we use it for something else. We don't use it for business purpose. Google search should be used generally. You get all these data, you know what you're doing, you know your target, you know if that is your market. Nigeria is carrying first in this thing, though. Number 1. That means that a lot of Nigerians spend their time on social media. Well, so I think basically it could be it's both positive and negative, yeah? Because we have other countries that we think they're doing well economically or business-wise. So we can see China is almost carrying last. See, Japan is the last. So these ones, they are the efficos. They don't check social media at all. They're the ones that are strictly busy with, technology, busy with production of things and all that. Okay, let's see the second to the last. Oh, let me move. Okay, this way. See South Korea. South Korea is second to the last, right? So after Nigeria, it's Philippines. After Philippines is Ghana. So Ghanaians as well, they also spend their time a lot. South Africa, see Brazil, all those countries, and it's interesting to study all these things so that you can target your markets through these means, through the most reliable means. The world is going digital, and that brings us closer to our markets. So if the world is going digital, if we can find researches like this, if we can find data like this online, it's the better it becomes for our businesses. Okay? 50 years ago, you would never see data like this. But were there not businesses operating? Definitely. There were businesses operating. All right, so this is very, very interesting. I said I must show everybody so that we can station our minds and our hearts to it. All right, so next we have this also amazing data that we shared as well. It says, did you know that nearly 75% of the world's population from age 13 uses social media? So it means that 13-year-old child uses social media these days. It's not even about you targeting from the youth. It depends on your business, all right? From age 13, and it's interesting to see all this data, like I said earlier. All right, so let's talk about what we have seen, all these things that we've seen, these data that I've shown you, what does it imply? And, it's interesting that Nigeria as well, we are fully involved. So if your market is starting from Nigeria, if your audience are Nigerians, it shows you that digital marketing, social media specifically, it's a good target. It's a good target ground for us to take our businesses to the next level. All right, for us to achieve our goals, for us to reach those target markets, for us to reach those audience that we are trying to reach. So people are using the internet, either you like it or not, either they are following you yet or not. Most of our excuses is, oh, I've started Instagram, I've started Facebook, and we just have 50 followers. We just have 10. It does not mean there are no audience. Your audience are not online. Maybe you're not just doing the right thing, right? Maybe you're not channeling, to the right way. Maybe you just need to adjust one or two things. And by extension, more businesses are getting attention. Either you like it or not, other businesses are getting attention. All right, let's talk about my purpose map. Very, very interesting map. All right, so it's the race model. It's the race model, basically. We can do this race model. Awesome, thank you for that, Vicky. All right, so this is the race model. The race model, we can draw out meaning from different perspectives of marketing, from advertising, from digital marketing as well. But I would like to relate every of our intended marketing goal, every of the goal that we want to get on social media, through digital marketing. So of course, as a business owner, our smart race can be number one, the reach. We want to reach more people. That is why we are online, right? If we don't have if our goal does not sit on any of these 4 pointers of our race or our race model, then I'm sure that we're not running any business, or we're just online for entirely another reason. So the reach states that every business wants to bring that awareness. We want to reach more people. That is why we're online. We want to drive attention. That is why we are using digital marketing. Also, we have acts. Acts means that you're online, you want to reach a lot of people. However, you're not just there to reach a lot of people. We are not influencers. I'm coming to that. We're not influencers. And this, a lot of brands make that mistake. We make that mistake. We are there looking at how many likes, how many comments, how many this. We're forgetting to look at how many people are buying. Because I'm not here to gather likes and comments. That is not what I'm feeding on. Influencers, that is what they feed on. Because that is what brands will look at for influencers before they choose and they buy, collaborate with them and pay for their services, right? But we, on the other hand, we're looking for sales, right? And so we're looking at how many people will act based on this. How many people will act based on, my content, my interaction, how many people will interact with me, how many people will engage with me, how many people will go to my website, how many people would ask me questions. Then you see likes and comments, they're important, but they're not as important as we take them to be most times. You see engagements, you see sales. These are number one of what we should look out for first. Before we start targeting likes and comments and all that will come in afterwards. If people can like your brand, if people can like what you're giving out, likes and comments will come out. All right, so act is next. Then we have convert. All right, but let me take engage first before we talk, or let's just take convert, because that's the C of the race model. So convert is basically sales. Every business owner wants to sell at the end of the day. Either you're running, there are some businesses that you can't get sales. You can't get sales via the online, online or through online. For instance, we have property companies. You are selling land and you're telling them, and you're running ads and you're telling them, buy buy 3 plots of land, for instance. I know that's what a lot of people, I saw an ad the other day. It was a building, a very amazing structure. And it just stated tap to make, tap to buy. I clicked on the link, and funny enough, I saw bank details. I'm like, oh no, this is not it. This is not it. Even for Nigerians to put down 5,000 naira to purchase a product, you have to convince and convince and convince. But who in the right senses will just sit back and send 50 million naira for a duplex or 15 million naira for a product? Guys, is it possible? Is it possible? Someone talk to me, please. Is it possible? Can you do it?
It's very difficult, especially when you don't know the person personally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this means that we as business owners, especially when we're using digital marketing, we have to sit back and put ourselves in our customers' shoes first. Sometimes it might be that we're not passing the message right. All right. So because we're targeting people to buy, we should know each process. So for businesses that, sell high valued products, such as that, you might not target people to drop money immediately. Why don't you have or gather contacts and look for a way to interact with that person one-on-one, rather than doing the unimaginable, asking them to send a huge amount of money so they can own a land. I saw that advert and I just started laughing. All right, so let's move to the E. E is engage. Oh, that is very important. Definitely, we should look out for feedbacks, reviews, and that's one of the purposes why we are online. All right, so let's move to the next map. The next map, this is just basically maybe an extension of the previous map. We have the reach, we have the act, we have the engage. So through reach, you can meet prospective, and your recent customers. You can reach your prospective and your recent customers. Also, we have act. This is to achieve interaction. So when you want to interact with people, and this falls under all social media platforms. Even if you're using your SEO, if you're using your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, this falls under all social media platforms. Also, we have convert, we have engage. Convert is when you want to get leads, you want to get people's contact and then convert them to sales, all right? Or when you're selling directly. Then we have engage. This engagement is just, to interact with people and to understand your market, basically. All right. So the analysis that we have, okay, how well are we using the digital media at the moment? How well should you use it? What are the purposes, when you're using your social media or your digital marketing platforms generally? So one, we can use it to understand our customers' analytics. Our customer analysis is very important, that we use, our social media platforms, our other platforms to get all this. Also to know your competitors and what they are doing. So one thing that I always encourage everybody to do is that we don't just check out for our competitors and we go, or check out for our competitors and then we start copying. No. Learn from them, especially those guys that are big in the market already, those guys that are making use of social media, those guys that are making use of other digital marketing platforms, and they are doing great at it. Check out for what they are doing. It's important. What they are doing, what you're not doing, what you can do better from what they are doing. An improvement of what they're doing, it's important. Also, we have online partner analysis. You can get partners online. Interestingly, a lot of us do not consider this. You can collaborate with people and build your brand. Recently, I reached out to, or someone reached out to me. She just found, I think I liked her content and shared her content on Instagram. And then she reached out to me. Unfortunately, she's a trainer, and she was asking if I was interested in also working with her. Let's just throw maybe a live session on Clubhouse, right? And interestingly as well, I was looking towards that aspect. I recently opened Clubhouse, and I'm like, oh, Clubhouse is actually cool because I don't have to show my face. People will just come, listen to my voice, and they go. So if I like, my leg is on the roof. If I like, my hands are wide open. If I like, my eyes are not, I don't have to, get too conscious of the camera and all that. That's for me. That's my reason. So I'm after noticing that Clubhouse, I began to talk to my community members. Oh, I've been encouraging you guys on getting into speaking engagement, right? I've been encouraging a lot of people to do speaking engagement, and I've noticed that brings every business owner to another level. So if you want to stand out, you might just start looking at, starting to speak about that business, that function that you're into. So if you're selling beans, for instance, talk about beans, talk about, food, go into, giving people, training people, or maybe not necessarily training and collecting money, but educating people on the importance of that thing that you're doing. And that shifts you from the level of, oh, you're just here to sell, to, yes, you're here to give value. I hope we're together. So yeah, she mentioned Clubhouse, and I was really, really into Clubhouse. And I mean, we've not met physically, but we've agreed on how to go about, the first session. We're yet to finalize basically, but you can get partners, you can get people that you collaborate with online on these platforms for your business purpose. All right, so next we have the SWOT. You can own your digital marketing review. You can get review from people. You can understand how your market is receiving what it is that you're doing. So let's get into the main 5 effective digital marketing approach. So I'm going to be looking at different angles of digital marketing, how we can turn it into profitable approach for our businesses. All right. So firstly, let's talk about content marketing. Wow. Content marketing is big now, especially for startups, small business owners. If you are doing it all by yourself, you might start looking at the aspect of content marketing. You see people that will start dancing on TikTok, dancing on Instagram Reels, and they're selling. Oh, funny enough, they are selling. I was looking at the data recently, and I saw that, content marketing has been introduced to almost all social media platforms, and people are cashing out. In fact, you don't even have to sell anything, right? You can just be a content creator and you are getting money in dollars, in pounds, you are earning, in naira, you are earning. Isn't it interesting, guys? It is very, very interesting. It is very interesting. And maybe that's why we have a lot of Nigerians who are mostly on social media, because definitely we have a lot of content creators. People are dancing, they're doing what's the latest trend, jumping on the latest trend. As people are viewing, people are spending more time. Some people are getting money, some people are wasting data. All right. So, but as wise business owners that we are, all these little aspects, as much as it will contribute to our business, we need to act on it. The ones you can do. So I will be very real with you. Let me give you one funny story. So a friend of mine was sharing how she joined TikTok, and how the money that she makes from TikTok. She had barely, I think, 2 million likes on TikTok. So she's twin, and her and her twin sister, they just do stuff, create content, create videos, drop it on TikTok, and people started liking them, started following them on TikTok. And she told me that, we are making money. we cash out big time. And I said, she shared the portal, how much she's making in dollars. I said, and then I was still in Nigeria. I said, no. Why am I doing digital marketing? Okay. And that's how I just carried my phone. I clicked on TikTok, opened account. I said I was going to be dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, that was not my thing at all. I tried it the first time. To me, I saw it. I said, what is this? I could not even post it. So the fact that you might not be able to go along with some things does not mean you cannot create your own. That does not mean I don't publish content on TikTok. You will not see me doing latest this thing and we doing some things that are unreasonable. Is I would gain from it, right? And I'm having some few likes, which is quite interesting. But however, the engagement is already coming from that. So what am I saying? You don't have to stick to do or go out of your way if you know that it's not convenient for you. You can rather recreate these trends, recreate these things for your business goal. Please, I hope we're together. Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, just give me yes in the chat session. Please, I'm sorry, I just like interactions in my sessions. If I'm making sense, just give me yes. Or if you want to unmute your mic. Thank you guys, thank you. All right, so if you don't know how to come and do, there's this song that has been trending for quite some time now, and it's been very disturbing. If I remember it, I'm going to sing it. It's just very disturbing. If I remember it, I'm going to sing it. You don't have to follow the crowd and, do what everybody is doing. But instead, this viral music, this viral act, you can just use it to interact with your audience, relate with your audience, so that importantly, your audience would know that you are human. It's human being that is operating this platform that they are relating with. And the earlier they start realizing that it's somebody that is behind this, it's somebody that is ready to give us value, the better it becomes for your business. Okay, so recently we got an amazing contract here in the UK, and we are running communications and digital marketing for a group of 4 international restaurants. It's a big one, trust me, such an interesting thing. And part of my recommendation for these guys was that if you want to grow, leave your competitors that are not even, you know how business owners will show you how we are business owners, right? How we already have a map based on what we see that Lagbaja is doing and it's going on well. In fact, we don't even look at how many engagements, if they are making sales. Because we like Sister BC's design, we think that's what we should do, right? And so this is how this company as well came up with their concept. Oh, we like what this other person is doing. And I checked it. I said, how many followers do they have? They have 1,500 followers. How many followers do you have on your list restaurants? They had 3,000 followers. And I said, and you want to mimic people that have 1,000 followers? It's not done that way. Instead, look for growth. Businesses that have grown, what are they doing differently? And so my recommendation was that start relating to these people based on experience-wise. Let them have an experience. So go beyond just posting food, right? Go beyond just posting your menu. Let them see how people are excited in your restaurants. Let them see how people are eating. Let them see how people are having fun. Let them see how you're bringing musicians to your restaurants. Let them see how, you are interacting with your customers, how you're making the food, how you're making these drinks. Let them see all those processes. Why? Because these are relatable actions. That still goes down to content marketing. So guys, this is very important. Content marketing is very important. And so when people tell me that, oh, I don't know, I'm selling this, I don't know what I can start producing as content. I tell them a lot of things. There are a lot of things you can produce, a lot of things. In fact, if you want to start from education, which I'm always shouting and talking about, give educative contents. Let people have an idea of the importance. It will shock you that some people do not know that they really need your products. They really need your services, except or until you outrightly state it. I was scrolling through, I don't know how many of us have been on my Facebook session, but I give this example a lot of times. I was scrolling through Instagram one day and I just saw it boldly written, in this present age and time, are you still suffering from acne? Just those words. Guess what? I found myself looking at the mirror. Oh, do I have acne? Do I have acne? Why? That business owner have been able to successfully draw my attention to a problem. And guess what? If I had acne, because it is that person that drew my attention to it, I might find myself reaching out to her or him or whoever that person was. So the aspect of reminder or across all digital marketing platforms, even if it's content on your website, educative content would fly. Educate them. If you're selling, what is the least things? If you're selling investments, give people reasons why they need to invest. You see, all these content creators, nobody just, yes, ideas come to your head, but many people make research. Many people make research. And when we're talking about research, it's not about you going to study 50 journal. You're not a student like me, right? Because that's what I do, and it's quite interesting. It's just about you going to Google, going to reliable sources to search for, whatever content you're looking at, rephrase it in your words, also speak about your experience. These things are what people would relate with even better. Please, I hope we're together. All right, so content marketing it could be used across all social media platforms, or rather all digital marketing platforms. If you're doing email marketing, you have to involve content marketing. If you're using SEO, you have to involve content marketing. If it's on social media, you have to involve content marketing. Everywhere you have to involve content marketing. So it's very important, and it's a skill that every business owner or professional can learn. It's a skill that you can learn. It's a skill that you can improve on. I'm going to be giving us some very interesting cheats, maybe after this session. So for those of us who may say, oh, I don't know how to, I get tired most times. I don't know how to even write a blog. I don't know even how to, I'm not good with writing. Trust me, artificial intelligence, AI, the internet have made things easier. Sometimes you might not even need to start bothering yourself from thinking and cracking your head. You can, there are sites where you gather enough tools for your business that is business related for you. There are sites where you would gather enough information that you even use to put words together. There are sites where you used to correct your grammar so you don't have grammatical error. And that makes us more professional as business owners online. So content marketing, very important. And let me not forget to mention that, it could be video content, it could be text content, it could be picture content, images, all right? All these involves around content marketing. And because we want to prove ourselves as professionals in that aspect of our businesses or in the areas of our businesses, try as much as possible to make sure you produce high quality content. That would help us as well, because there are some customers that they are there to look out for mistakes. And when they see mistakes, they start judging the business based on that. And so you do not want to get that into your way. So we can make use of all these tools to do that. But I must say, we as business owners, I give it to us. Recently, I was talking to a friend and she said, I said, okay, I posted something and I asked a simple question. I said, as business owners, what are those problems that you're facing? And she just messaged me privately. She said the aspect of me being the one that will do everything, the digital marketing aspect. I'm sure that most of us can relate to this, right? Especially for startups like us, we do basically everything. If you're looking for a marketer, all right, if you're looking for a marketer, you are the one. Influencer, you are the one. Digital marketer, you are the one. What else again? What other key role? Photographer, you are the one. Yeah? Faith, she said something.
Logistics.
Thank you. Logistics, you are the one. What else again? Hey, that's too much work. But don't worry, we'll survive. It's just a step at a time. And basically, if you know, it becomes easier. And that's why I'm going to be giving us some tools so that the aspect of our writing, our production of content and all that will become much more easier for us. All right. So next is SEO. SEO, I would like to break it down. And that's because I know that most times when I explain SEO or when it is time for SEO, plenty people just look at, oh gosh, this is just also the same Latin. People don't understand SEO, right? So, but if you are here and you don't understand SEO, after this explanation, I hope that it becomes easy to relate with anytime you see SEO. So SEO is just simply search engine optimization. Search engine optimization. And in short terms, it's just your keywords on specifically Google. Okay, it's just keywords on Google. So when people search, people are always searching on Google. So the way I said we can make researches for our businesses. So for instance, if you search beans, because I have that keyword, maybe in my article or anything that is on Google that has beans, it will come on the list. That's how it works. It will come on the list. So it's now for us to think, because we're trying to do content marketing, because we're trying to use the optimization, to think around what's possibly. So for instance, we're selling shoe. What are those things that people would think of or would search for that would get my product to come out, or would get my business to come out, or would get my website to come out? So if, for instance, we're doing shoe, number one keyword. Number two, footwear, right? It could be leg cover. It could be best footwear, best shoes, affordable shoes. What else again? Comfortable shoes. Those things. So you basically, generally online, you have to put yourself, in most cases, in the minds of your audience. What will they like? What will they set out for? What will get me to be in their faces? What are those things that they're looking for? What are those things that they are considering? What are those things that they love? What are those things that they need? How can I get myself in these people's mind or heart or mind? All right, so this is just interesting. SEO is just specifically keywords on Google. So on Google, you can get websites, you can get articles, you can get blogs, you can get everything, vlog, you can even lead people somewhere to another social media platforms. But basically, your keywords on your website, your keywords on this blog, they are the things that highlights and brings you to the face of any customer, potential customer, if I should use that word. All right, so it goes hand in hand with content marketing. It really goes hand in hand in content marketing. And that does not mean that so I've had this question in one of my classes where someone said, okay, because of SEO and because of Google ranking, what if I put, for instance, 1,000 shoes in my blog? That blog is going to be flagged. That's too much confusion. So instead of putting one word so many times, why don't you try using in the optimization, why don't you try using different interesting, words that could be used by your customers? All right, so that's that about SEO. I hope we understand SEO. So it's basically would help you drive traffic to your website, drive traffic to that content, that digital content that you have. It will help you to drive traffic. If you want them to appear on Google, it will help you drive traffic to, rather, if you want them to appear or to click your video or your YouTube video, it will help you drive traffic. Thank you, Faithful. It will help you drive traffic. And, basically, because it's results, is about results ranking. You want to come up. So it's not about you leading your content with a lot of the same keywords, but instead, it's about you thinking intelligently, thinking of what your customers might be looking for. Footwears in Nigeria, footwears in Lagos. Those are keywords that we can use, because these are things that people search. And then if you want to make your research, you can research, you can even type on Google important keywords for shoes, for a shoe brand on Google or through SEO. You would see answers, because people are constantly working on all these things. All right, so let's talk about email marketing. Plenty of people shy away from this. And trust me, it is one another, and even the oldest way of getting customers digitally. Email marketing has stayed for so many decades, and it's interesting to see traffic through email marketing. All right. So as much as people are spending their time on social media, people are also checking their emails professionally and taking content on their emails seriously. What am I saying? As a brand, you're trying to preach that you're professional. Even if you're selling rice, even if you're selling beans, even if you're doing investments, you can send emails. Now, I think it was Vicky, but someone spoke earlier and identified the aspect of trust, right? Email is one way people can see you differently. If people can trust you, they'll buy from you. Another thing is, if people can see you everywhere, as a business owner, you have to be omnipresent, online specifically. Now that we've learned that Nigerians are mostly online, let them go to Instagram and see you. Let them go through WhatsApp, they will see you. Let them go to Facebook, they will see you. Twitter, you are there. Before you know it, subconsciously, they start registering your business. And when it is time for them to purchase new shoes, because they have seen you everywhere, because they constantly hear from you, that trust begins to build. And, a lot of businesses have gotten so many sales through that means. So recently, I also invested in email marketing, and it's quite interesting. That reminds me, there is an interesting book that I have up for sales. In case Mr. Blessed, if he loves it for his community, it's a sales manual where you read about sales. Funny enough, I was not the one that wrote the book, right? It was actually two professionals that wrote the book. And guess what? This is just who I am, right? If I see something that will benefit my community, trust me, I'm going to push it. I will put it out. You will think it's my own. And interestingly, this sales manual also, if you get it, I think it's 5,000 naira. It has 100 SMS and email marketing templates. And to me, that is what is, after I went through it, I reached out to the guy and I told him, sir, you can't be selling this thing 5,000 naira. It is worth more than 5,000 naira. Trust me. It is what it is loaded. So imagine having a template for email marketing. You don't even have to, it has 100 email marketing and SMS templates, messaging templates. Everything is written there. It's just for you to edit your business name, edit your signature, and then you're good to go. So that means that you might not even, as much as you're not stressing, you have a lot to do. You might have some templates that you leverage on and do other things and still look very professional. So email marketing is very important, but the excuses are too much. And these days, we have solutions to these excuses. Email marketing is something that you should look out for. I had a meeting with the CEO of Paystack, that was last year, and he mentioned one scenario that was just so funny and very relatable. He said during pandemic, I don't know how many of us know Paystack. He said during pandemic, he noticed that he travels a lot, and he noticed that the set of barbers, because he cuts his hair most times, when he's going for presentations and all those things, and so he has a barber or a hairstylist. Let me use the word, a hairstylist here in Nigeria. He just uses only that person. And then outside, he has gone, far and wide, and he has used different hairstylists. And during pandemic, his hairstylist here in Nigeria never, ever, ever, ever reached out to him. However, the hairstylist that he has used outside, those guys were the ones that reached out to him. Hello. I hope you're doing well with your family during this pandemic. We hope you're doing well, blah, 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 blah. We hope that very soon this will be over and we get to see you again. Now, trust me, if that person or those businesses were running in Nigeria, a lot of customers would prefer them. Why? Because they are going the extra mile to communicate, to live that relationship, or to bond with that person, to build that relationship. So that's why I say, regardless of what you're selling, you can't say, oh, because nobody has used email marketing to sell beans, I cannot use email marketing to sell beans. Sorry, I use these small things just for us to relate, right? You can't say because, oh, nobody has ever used email marketing to sell cement, I can't sit down and start using. You can, as much as you're selling something, as much as you need to build a relationship, as much as you need to reach out to people, as much as we need to communicate. These are platforms that we are sleeping on. Funny enough, outside Nigeria, a lot of businesses leverage on this. So the earlier we start getting into this, the better for us, especially as business owners. All right? Email marketing is interesting. It is professional. If you don't know how to use terms, search out for it. Listen to YouTube. Check out for email marketing professionals on YouTube, or reach out to an expert. Reach out to me. Reach out to Mr. Blessed. We will guide every one of you through on how to use these platforms. If you don't know how to use it, reach out to experts. You're going to learn how to, because it is important, it is necessary for our businesses. So if you are going through all these platforms, it means that you're shifting from just the ordinary business owner to that value-giving business owner. And I think that is what would pay us a lot. So let's get to number 4. We're almost wrapping up with our session. So number 4, we have the search and social advertising. So I had to differentiate advertising from social media marketing. And that's because advertising is becoming a thing on its own. This is my strengthest strength, if that's a word. And it's just interesting to explore how the mind, it's part of psychology, is part of advertising. Social advertising is part of it. And of course, it's my job to break it down so that we all would understand the metrics, how it works. It's about us understanding the minds of people through our data. So on Instagram, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, when we're not searching, when we're not just looking at only likes, you can go to your insight button. So you see every post that you make, you will see insights, you will see promote, or rather you would see the main insights button at the top of your page. You can always click on that to see what people are doing, how people are taking action every day, right? And so when we can see those data, it's not for us to just see and leave. No, it's for us to see and improve on our what we're doing, improve on our outputs, on the things that we're releasing through social media. All right, so with that, you can see, oh, who are the set of people that are always engaging with me? Are they mostly females? Okay, maybe mostly females are the ones that are interested in my product because they're the only ones engaging with me. That means I need to re-strategize. And maybe I need to start adding female keywords. Hello, women. Hello, female beauties. I'm just giving examples so that it becomes more intentional and more personal to them. All right. Or if you see that between the age of 50 and above, those are the set of people that are interacting with you, supposedly, then you know how to start interacting with them in their language. What are the things that people within this age range will like? And that makes it very, very easy for most of us when we want to run ads. Why? Because we have mastered our metrics. We know the kind of audience that would be interested. So recently, I ran ads for this particular book, right? And it's called Biology Guide. And I didn't just jump into it. Now, because it's not a business. It's just a book that was published based on experience, based on what worked. They're successful business owners, by the way. They do, according to them in the book, they've done so many businesses. They've helped so many startups through marketing and all that. And, you know, both traditional means of sales, online sales as well was discussed in that book. And yeah, it's not a business, or it's not something that I could get the audience for. So ask me what I did. What I did was to make my research and to run a ad. I call that ad testing. I do it most times just for me to test. So it's just about using a small amount of money to see how people would interact, to see how people will engage. And then you now come back with that data to adjust your ad. What are the things that I need to adjust? For one of my businesses, right? I think that was in 2020. One of my businesses, at the time, I had facial devices, not cream and all that, no, devices. So what I did, because it was new in the country at the time, I had to run ads. In fact, before the products landed in Nigeria, I'd already started running ads to see the set of people that would be interested. All right. And it was interesting to see that, oh, I had lots of inquiries, lots of, you know, people who were already ready to order. And because it was in a high demand, I had to post that ad. So you can't get advertising just in one trial. You have to go through several trials. But trust me, it is worth it. It's just about investing money to get more attention. That is what advertising is all about. There's so many means of getting attention, but trust me, advertising is one of the fastest means and one of the surest means. So it's all about you saying, oh, Facebook, Twitter, Google, all of you, YouTube, I know that you guys have the audience, you have the data. They know where you're searching on. So if we end this Zoom meeting now, and the next thing for you is to go on Facebook and you're searching female beautiful or female wears or baby wears, you know, Facebook is gathering that data. Google is gathering that data. Instagram is gathering that data. Twitter is gathering that data. LinkedIn is gathering the data. Even Pinterest is gathering that data. So it's all about you. For your business reason, you go to these people and say, oh, Facebook, because you have data. Me, I am looking for people who are interested in digital marketing. I am looking for people who are interested in learning digital marketing. So those people that have been searching digital marketing, or business owners and all that, or perhaps I'm looking for people who have been searching for food. And so it is for Facebook to say, oh, this is out of the billions of people that we have on Facebook. This is the set of people that have been searching for food recently. Now, out of this set of people that are searching for food recently, because you told me you want only Nigerians. Now, let's now take out a junk. These junk are the ones that are looking for food in Nigeria, in this location. Oh, now because you've told me that you don't want only Nigeria. Nigeria is too much of a market. You can't start, I mean, people cannot start traveling from Kano to come and have lunch or dinner at my restaurant. All right. It's now left for Facebook to say, okay, because she said within Ikeja, Lagos, these are the set of people. So that is how advertising works. Because the big guys have the data, they have everybody's digital footprint. Now you now take your money, your budget, to exchange for publicity, to exchange for more views. Now, let me also state that if you are looking for awareness, it is different from the audience you will get when you're looking for sales, if you station your ads properly. So you're not just looking for people who are searched. That shows that it has it. So there was a day that I mistakenly, okay, what did I do? I didn't even search, funny enough. I saw all these Chinese posts. I know sometimes most of their Korean people, most of their food, they're always looking so enticing, very red and yummy and all that. I don't know if you've noticed, especially that they are noodles. So I bumped on one and I just found myself, because I was very free, I started searching for, more content that is Korean food related. And guess what? After I was done, I logged out, came back in the next time I was coming back on Instagram. I started receiving more options from that particular niche. And I'm like, oh, I've made a mistake. Oh, it's not like I love their food or I can buy their food. Oh. But because I have searched, as you're a business owner trying to get more attention for your business, that is how Facebook, Instagram, they are also running to get more dedication for their app. I hope somebody is getting me. So if a customer is searching for food, it means that that person likes food. Oh, don't worry, leave it to us. Because you've searched for food, we can give you more options. Now, here is the thing. Here is the disadvantage. Some people might not even be interested in it. Maybe it just happened, just like it happened to me, and I just searched and I was done. Now, if you're now running your ads and you're not stationing it for conversion, you're stationing it for awareness and expecting people to buy, you probably will target people like me who can never, ever, ever. I had flights to Korea is a whole lot. I can never, ever think of running to Korea or China to get food, right? And it's not possible to order. Before the thing will even land in Nigeria, what will happen to the food? It would have decayed. So yes, stationing your ads, knowing the importance of advertising on social media, it's one other level for you to get to that goal, through digital marketing. All right, so let's move to the last, I think this is the last. Yes, social media marketing, very interesting. We have lots of apps and more apps are still coming up. Social media marketing. All right, so let's name all the social media platforms that we currently are on in the chat session. So please, in the chat session, tell me all the apps that you're on. As for me, I'll tell you mine, and I'll also love to see yours as well, where you're running your businesses on. So for me, and I'm going to state something clearly, you don't have to be on all applications, but rather I would prefer that you're on most applications that would help your business. Right, so for me, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn. Oh, I love LinkedIn a lot. I'm on WhatsApp, TikTok, where else? Pinterest. So I've been using Pinterest for quite some time. And recently, my studies on Pinterest changed my perspective. And now I'm doing more with Pinterest. Where else again? Oh, I'm on Snapchat, but to be honest, I'm not really a social butterfly. And so I might not really produce much on Snapchat. Awesome. Thank you, Oluwaseyi. Oluwaseyi says, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Google. Awesome. Yeah, Google. Please, let's get more. What else again? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Did I mention WhatsApp? Yes, on WhatsApp. Okay. Vicky says, I'm not really active in any but Facebook and WhatsApp. Well, you might need to start changing your mind. I hope after this session, we are going to change our minds and just come on some for business purpose. You don't have to come there, to show yourself and all that if you're not fine with it. But because of the sake of sales, if you like money, legit money like me, you might need to start going, the extra mile to run. This lady, Niger brand chick, she says this word, this term, I think marketing is not aggressively, shameless marketing. I think that's the word she uses. All right, so you might need to start doing that. I have already changed my mind with today's training. Awesome. I'm super excited to see this. All right, this is good feedback for me. Thank you. All right, so yeah, let's take social media. So I'm on all these platforms, and let me just start with the most recent one that I'm beginning to use very well. That is Pinterest. Pinterest. I published a post recently stating that, did you know that Pinterest is different from every other social media applications, in the sense that Pinterest is all about the future. Hey, it is all about the future. What do I mean? So those guys have been able to say, oh, we want people to use this app as a planner. So you see, when people go to Pinterest to go and pin down clothes, shoes, bags that they want to buy when they have the money, right? Decor, to make plans. Because this data is registered somewhere, it becomes easier for we as business owners to also leverage on that data. Oh, Shay, you're making plans for the future. It means that one day or very soon, you would love to buy these items. So who says you cannot create an account on Pinterest? Upload what you're selling. Even if it's house decor, if you're selling baby wears as well, upload it and then start looking out for the amount of people that are pinning your content down. I hope we're together. Pinterest is interesting. Algorithm is amazing. Facebook as well, interesting. Facebook family of applications, Instagram, Messenger, Audience Network, WhatsApp. Interesting platforms that we could use to market our businesses, that we could use to sell and to get more attention for our businesses. All right. So social media marketing, or rather advertising, comes under this, but we've already looked at it earlier. And I'm sure that would help most of us to go the extra mile. But however, I keep saying that with social media marketing, you use it to prepare. It's just like a forerunner. I don't know how many of us are Christians here. You know the story of the forerunner, all right? You prepare the ground for the customers, the new customers that you're going to be inviting through advertising. So it's all about when they come down to my page, what are they seeing? All right, what are they seeing on my page? Through the content that you've created, through your means of projecting everything that you do. Will they come down to your page to start asking, what do you do? What are you selling? Can I trust this person? Now, you know that trusting is the major thing, right? So before people come down to your page to start looking for, let that bond be built. Answer those prospective questions that you're going to get. Those questions that you know your audience might ask, answer it already in your posts. Let them come down and receive answers to every of their questions. I think this is one thing that will help us. So social media marketing is very important. It's just all about you using content marketing as well on these platforms. And trust me, all these things go hand in hand. Everything go hand in hand. So if you're using social media marketing, you're using search and social advertising, you're also using email marketing for your business, SEO. You're not carrying last with SEO as well. Content marketing is also top notch. Trust me, your business would grow rapidly. Now, it might not just happen overnight, but with consistency, trust me, your business is going to grow. And I keep saying, I keep using this this test, this analogy in most of my sessions. I say, especially for advertising, try advertising all through the year, every month. So that doesn't mean that you start pouring down 50,000 naira, 100,000. No, no, no. You don't have to do that. It could be as little as 5,000 naira, 2,000 naira. All right. Use it to promote your content and see how it would give you results before the end of the year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that digital marketing is really profitable for your businesses, and then you stand a lot to gain if you do it the right way. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please feel free to follow us, maybe, or reach out to me if you want to, on UAM Academy, UAM Academy. That's where you find me. You can ask any question if you have questions after this session. But please, if you have questions now, you could just ask your questions. All right, how did this session go? Did we gain something from this session? If you don't want to ask me, let me ask you first. But if you have a question, please, you can just unmute and ask your questions, or you can drop it in the chat session